Guys, San Diego Comic-Con just gave us our first look of The Boys Season 5, and holy crap, it's gonna be a wild season. You could say it's gonna be diabolical, but in all seriousness, no, Season 4 was kind of a bit underwhelming, and Season 5 needs to deliver on being the best and final season for this big story we've been with for so many years. And given that we have Vought Rising and Gen V going on for a bit in the long term, we need The Boys to end on a good note, and already some of the things we've learned from Comic-Con is about to raise the bar even higher than we've ever been in this show. So the first teaser for the final season that was at San Diego Comic-Con shows us that the Boys team will be reuniting at some abandoned houses. Now, we know at the end of Season 4 that they all got captured. Unfortunately, they were trying to split up after Newman died to try to find safe harbor, but unfortunately that wasn't good enough and all of them got captured. And with Gen V Season 2 coming out in September, it's likely implied in that show that we'll see some of those characters escape. Characters like Maeve or A-Train could come back, and I think they will. I don't think they'll just be absent for the entire season, because they came at the beginning of the show. They're likely going to come to the end of the show, and I really do feel like A-Train needs to come back to decimate the deep and be a real hero again. He was the best character in Season 4. He got the best redemption arc, so bring him back. Come on, hashtag A-Train is the best in the comments. But what is very interesting is that Seth Rogen will appear. This will probably be likely a minor role. I don't see it being a big role. Again, the showrunner has said that everyone's on the same playing field here. We don't know who's going to be living and who's going to die at the end of the season, and it will be very interesting to see how he handles all these new characters that he's bringing in. And funny enough to bring that up, because Misha and Jared, the characters from Supernatural, have been confirmed a couple months ago to be in this season, and we do see a shot with them together. So that will be awesome to see those all together with, of course, Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy. So all the trio from Supernatural is coming back into The Boys. So if you're a big fan of that show, you'll likely see them all again, and it'll be very interesting how they be placed in the show and what their role is going to be. Now, we do see Homelander walking up marble steps, and he is basically having a speech saying this is a safer, more God-fearing nation, and a lady smiles and then looks scared. So we don't really know how Homelander is going to feel about when Butcher comes along with the virus and basically has probably the biggest fight of the show out, probably on the White House, which is going to be really cool. I can't wait for that. But what is also interesting is that we apparently see Soldier Boy in a cryogenic freezer, and he bursts through the ground, which is super cool. Again, we don't know how many episodes Soldier Boy will be in this season. We don't know if he's gonna die. We do know that he's getting his own show called Vought Rising, so it'll be very interesting to see how he's handled, and we don't know if he's going to team up with Homelander or side with him just so he could get to Butcher after the betrayal that Butcher put him through in Season 3, but it's going to be very interesting to see his sort of arc after everything that has transpired over the last couple of seasons. We also hear that a puppet is spitting blood in the teaser, which kind of makes me think that Sam from Gen V is going to come back in some way. I know he was in the final end of Season 4, and we did see that huge brutal fight that he had in Gen V in the first season with all the security guards. So I think puppets will play a huge role in showing sort of Sam's capabilities in a battle and just make it less brutal, because we know that Sam is one of the most powerful characters in the show, and yeah, just don't get on his bad side. So yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how these characters interact. We didn't really get to see them interact as much in like sort of dialogue and talk. We only seen them in sort of a montage or at the end of Season 1 of Gen V, so I can't wait to see how it all comes together. But yeah, that really wraps up everything we know from the teaser and what we got from Comic-Con. Obviously there's some little things with Gen V, and I could likely cover in another video, but Season 5 of The Boys is one of the most anticipated watches for next year for me, and I cannot wait to be showing it all for you on the channel.